Hey, it's Laura Whitelaw here from Overwhelmed to Empowerment and laurawhitelawcoaching.com. Today's video is about negative emotions that block the law of attraction when it comes to achieving success in career or business. And I'm going to talk about 5 of the most common negative emotions, and I will share some resources in the video description below on how to release these negative emotions so that you can begin attracting more of what you want in life. I'm a mindset coach and energy practitioner and work primarily with female entrepreneurs, helping them to release the blocks that hold them back from fully stepping into their power and realizing their dreams. They say that as much as 90% of success boils down to mindset rather than the actions you take or the business that you're in. Specifically, negative emotions mean that our focus is on the wrong things. Typically, that means that our focus is on what we don't want. And if you've ever tried to pull yourself out of a bad mood, you know how hard that can be. But it's vital to do so if you want to experience something different, something better for your life and your business or career. Again, I'll share some links to some other helpful resources in the comments below and at the top of this video. So the first emotion I want to talk about is the feeling of powerlessness. The feeling of powerlessness is the complete opposite to feeling empowered. When we feel powerless, we pinch off our creativity and our resourcefulness. This can often happen after a period of trauma or a traumatic event. Something has occurred that's out of our control and turned our life upside down. During this time of COVID-19, a lot of people have lost their jobs and income. Their lives have been turned upside down, and it's something that's been completely out of their control. The economy has taken a downturn, and the news is catastrophizing on how bad this downturn is going to be. They are comparing it to the Great Depression. As with anything, if you buy into the story that things are bad and you're placing your focus and attention on it, then that's what you're going to experience. Further, you're going to create more of the same, and you will feel powerless. It's like a vicious downward cycle, and you pinch off your ability to think of creative solutions. The truth is that no one really knows how this is all going to play out. Yes, we can draw on history as an indicator of how this is all going to play out, but if you allow fear and worry into the equation, the tendency is to start catastrophizing. And then you miss out on opportunities that may be right in front of your nose. Someone close to me has been in the restaurant business for years. The owner started to see sales drop at the start of the lockdown and closed his business rather than trying to stay open with pickup and delivery business. And he may keep it closed for good. Meanwhile, there have been plenty of stories of restaurants that have either stayed open or reopened and have been busier than ever, offering curbside pickup and delivery. So for them, it was a temporary blip on the radar to transform their business from a sit-down to a takeout business. They got creative and offered toilet paper with family meal kits. On the other side of things, somebody else that's close to me is the owner of a martial arts business. She mostly teaches kids and had to close her business at the start of the lockdown. Sadly, she may still be closed for a while yet, but rather than just throwing her hands up in despair, she looked around at other opportunities that opened up as a result of COVID-19. One of the opportunities that opened up was that there was a huge uptick in online ordering for groceries. So she's now working in a supermarket fulfilling the online orders after hours. So relax as best you can. Cultivate feelings of optimism and stop catastrophizing about the future. Take things one day at a time. Then you'll find ideas and opportunities will start opening up for you. The next emotion I want to talk about is fear or anxiety. If you find you have a lot of fear around being able to bring home enough money to pay your bills, then you are vibrating in a way that will not attract the money or the clients to you. You will have a much harder time generating enough confidence to serve your clients and make sales. Your prospective clients will sense the desperation because it will come across in your language and in your energy. I remember years ago when my husband and I were deeply in debt. I was in a constant state of fear around not being able to pay our bills. My focus was in the wrong place, and sure enough, the debt just kept climbing. It wasn't until I made a serious effort to manage my thoughts and emotions around money that our situation began to shift. I decided to be very careful about my thoughts about what I didn't want, which was more debt, and focused more attention on the gratitude I felt about the money that we did have. My thinking and EFT tapping on the emotions that were fueling the negative feelings helped me really make that emotional shift so that we could begin to turn things around. The next emotion I want to talk about is frustration. If you're new or newer on your entrepreneurial journey, then you're going to make mistakes and have setbacks until you find your way with a program or product, your sales conversations or sales copy, and with closing sales. It's just part of the process, but when you're in it and experiencing those blocks, it can be very frustrating. But staying in a state of frustration can have a real negative impact on your business and your health and well-being. You are much more likely to throw in the towel and burn out. But entrepreneurs who succeed are those who have tenacity. They persevere and hold a vision in their minds of what they want to create. It fuels their passion and keeps them going even when there's a setback. So if you let frustration get the best of you, you'll be much more likely to give up. Remember that the secret to success is to keep getting back up after each failed attempt. Winston Churchill once said that success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. Next, we have the emotion of jealousy. If you've ever found yourself looking at somebody else's success and feeling jealous about it, then you have an underlying belief in lack. You believe that you can't have what you want and that there isn't enough to go around, that there are limited resources. These beliefs will continue to have a negative impact on your results if you don't release their emotional charge. But the good news is that by releasing those jealous feelings, you can collapse the beliefs that fuel the negative emotions. The result is more peace of mind, love, and enjoyment of life. In reality, healing this emotional tendency can have a positive effect on all areas of your life. Let go of the jealousy by accepting that you have your own gifts and talents and can create the life that you want. And by letting go of those jealous feelings, you will automatically up-level your belief in yourself and therefore attract more success. I had a mentor once who used to say that successful people fail their way to success. So there's no point in being disappointed with a lack of results or results you didn't quite expect, because all perceived failures or setbacks provide information. It's how you're going to figure it out. Thomas Edison once said, "I've never failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that it wouldn't work." So whether you're working on getting your business off the ground or looking for a new job, if you're still trying, you haven't failed. And you will figure it out. In fact, that's a great mantra to use. I will figure it out. Repeat that after me. I will figure it out. Now, doesn't that feel so much better than saying something like, "Why isn't this working?" Or, "I'm so bummed that they didn't hire me." But on the other hand, sometimes you do need to take a step back and discern whether you need to course correct. Albert Einstein once said, "Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result." Sometimes you just need to stay the course and give it long enough to work, such as when you're working a marketing strategy or looking for a new job. So one blog post isn't likely to produce a steady stream of clients, but weekly blog posts or daily blog posts over the course of several weeks or months is much more likely to. Likewise, if you're looking for a job, the first resume that you send out isn't likely to produce a job offer. However, you may need to step back and see what you can tweak and do better in order to achieve better results. Maybe that's more research on your blog posts, or maybe you need to hire a professional resume writer to help you with your job search. But in my experience, what we often need to change is our mindset. Don't allow yourself to wallow in disappointment. Now, we're all human and it's okay to feel disappointment, but rather than viewing it as a failure, view it as information and declare that you're going to figure it out. So celebrate and give yourself a pat on the back every time you publish a new blog post or get another copy of your resume out. You're taking action, and during this time of COVID-19, when there's so much change going on, you deserve to celebrate every action you take. So what emotions do you need to let go of in order to move forward in your business? Share that in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you found the information in this video helpful. If you'd like more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified the next time I post another video. Take care and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.